for a long period of time, I felt like I had to prove myself for getting all the love that I was getting and for all the visibility that I was getting. When I get something new, when I get something exciting, and when I get something which I didn't think I was capable of, or I don't think I'm capable of, I will jump so into it. Because I'm like, I want to see how much I can push my boundaries. Sometimes it happens that the film that you hear, the story that you hear, and the story that you watch in the theaters is two different things. And you're like, I didn't sign up for that. He's healed something in me that I didn't know needed healing.
Will you confirm or deny the marriage? Rashmika, welcome to the Hollywood Reporter India.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
It is lovely to be sitting here at the Westin Gurgaon with you. Thank you for making time in the middle of your cocktail to wrap, your travel to Chennai, then Hyderabad. the sort of, frenzied life that you lead.
Yes.
First of all, congratulations. What a stellar year it's been for you. 5 releases, starting with Chhaava, one of the biggest blockbusters of the year, ending with The Girlfriend, which I think is one of the most important films of the year, and you were so good in it.
Thank you.
What is your state of mind?
It's been a great year. It's like all the 5 releases that I've had this year just came about unannounced. Some of them were planned, some of them just happened. But all in all, it's been phenomenal, and I can just be truly grateful for it.
Yeah. 2025 could be the year of Rashmika.
Well, thank you.
So, here's my thesis about you, and tell me if you agree, okay? I feel like you are the sort of poster girl for Indian cinema at its current moment. Let me explain that. So, basically, you're fluid, right? You're fluid linguistically, you're fluid geographically, you can move within industries without friction, but you're also fluid artistically, right? You can fit into the big tentpoles, you can fit into a drama, a social drama like Kubera, you can fit into, The Girlfriend's sort of semi-indie Telugu film, right? And you don't feel out of step with any of those. And so like Indian cinema, which I think is at that incredible place where you can't box it. It can be anything, right? I feel you can be anything.
I've sort of always wanted it that way, ma'am, but it just feels like it takes you a while to do what you truly want to do when you are coming from, when you're trying to make a name for yourself and when you start anew without any sort of support or cushioning, it takes you a while to make people understand that I am capable of doing anything out there. So since the beginning of my career, I've in fact said that I didn't want to sort of put a boundary to myself in terms of the languages, in terms of I don't want to be typecasted in certain kind of filmmaking or storytelling. So it was a conscious decision, and today because of this great year and because all these 5 variety of films and characters has been released in the same year, it's like a direct sort of
reflection.
Right. Thank you. So I feel like now people are seeing it, but this is something I've always wanted since the beginning of my career. So yeah, I agree with what you say. Thank you for saying it so beautifully.
I want to talk a little bit about The Girlfriend. I think it's so important because, Rashmika, there's not many movies where you see how women are essentially so conditioned by the environment from childhood that they kind of become architects of their own suffocation.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And which is what Bhooma, her experience is. That she's so hesitant, so nice, and so meek that she doesn't even know how she's enabling her own sort of the walls literally caving into her, right? She's a woman who can't say no.
Yeah.
Now, in a couple of interviews, you had talked about how you became an actor because you couldn't say no when your teacher sent the photo to the competition. And when you were asked, what is the one thing you want to change about you? You said, I wish I could say no.
Yeah.
Did you see parts of yourself in Bhooma?
Yes, ma'am. I don't even have to think about that answer because the day I heard the script, there was a part of me which also was like, how does a man, Rahul Ravindran, understand a sensitivity of a woman's emotions to this level, this deeply? That was one of the first thing that I thought about. And secondly, I could relate to Bhooma in ways that I can't explain because I've had these. What happened in Bhooma's life happens in most of our lives to a certain degree. And to me, it's happened to whatever degree. So the point of me unable to say no was in fact something that was eating me alive because you want to make everyone happy. You don't have the confidence in yourself to stand up and have an opinion on something or a voice about something. And so you just want everyone around you to sort of have a good time when they're working with you. But that's great. And that is something about me that will never change. But this point of saying no, it starts eating you,
When you don't say that.
when you can't, how much can you do as a human being? There's a limitation because we're still, humans. So these were the points of Bhooma and Rashmika, which were very similar. And I realized that when you can say a no, or when you can start having opinions, or when you can start having voice for yourself, is when you get that confidence in yourself. Already being a woman who's someone like a Bhooma, her mindset itself is her enemy, in a sense, So first of all, I just feel like the film was Bhooma versus Bhooma and not Bhooma versus Vikram. Of course, those topics we have spoken about, but more so even it was about her mind versus her wants. So there are a lot of things that we have spoken about in the film, but if you were to ask me about what is similar between Bhooma and Rashmika, I would say everything that comes about, everything that comes around with me unable to say a no. My God, there's so much that I had to think about, and my brain is spasming at this moment.
But are you better at it now?
I think I've gotten better at it, definitely, but there's still a lot of work to do.
You're a people pleaser?
People pleaser I was a people pleaser, but now it's, I care about people's emotions and I'm very sensitive to it. So it is more like I care about your feelings more than I care about my feelings at this point. So it's that. People pleaser, I wouldn't say, but more sensitive. Abnormally sensitive, I would say.
To the point where you're not serving yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
To the point where it becomes sort of...
I think I'm an overthinker. It's a tough combination, I must say. Overthinker plus very sensitive plus everything. But I would keep people's feelings above my own.
So, actually, Vijay talked about that at the Success Party, right? He said that he's seen you from Geeta Govindam, the first film you guys did together, and he said that you have that same unknown innocence that Bhooma has, which he translated as this ability to always be thinking about other people and always sort of be asking about other people. But Rashmika, in a business that's as brutal as films, how does this unknown innocence actually serve you?
It definitely serves me in terms of the characters that I play with people who I work with. All these things, I feel like it's in fact in my favor. You know, the innocent being like eyes are a window to a soul, right? So I just feel like anything I'm feeling, it's just transparent.
Correct.
Like the camera just captures it. And so it is very favorable to me when I go and perform. If the director instantly comes and tells me a feeling, and I have this ability of actually feeling it, and that just shows on camera. So I feel like it's more so like in my favor. But of course, when it comes to the politics in the industry, that I feel like I don't know how to handle it. But me as an actor, it's very favorable for me.
It's a good tool.
Yeah, it's a great tool.
Yeah. You know, I want to talk about the acting, right? Because you're not a formally trained actor. You've always said I learned on the job.
Yes.
How does that work? Like, it's been 9 years since Kirik Party. So do you, as you go along with each film, start to recognize, okay, this worked? Like, do you make mental notes? How do you sharpen your skill with each film?
I think in terms of skill, it just happens because with each film grows your confidence being in front of the camera and also performing in front of the 200, 250 people. The more often you do it, the more confident you get in your own craft. So I feel like skill-wise, the confidence that grows over the last 8, 9 years. But what do I do as an actor to get into a certain role is me surrendering myself to a director, because I just truly believe that you can pretty much do the same performance in all of your films, but it's the director's point of view that the audience are seeing it. You know, so example, if I were to perform a 6-minute scene in one shot, first of all, the director comes and tells me what he wants. So that is already registered in my mind. And I do exactly what he wants. But also, tomorrow what the audience see is not the 6 minutes single take, right?
Yeah.
People are seeing the edit. And in edit, the crucial things can be seen and the crucial things can be missed. So that is on director's hand. So I just feel like if the director loves you truly, you can see it on screen. I just have the tendency of surrendering myself to the director 100%.
So does that mean if you're on a set and you feel like, okay, in this particular scene, this character would not behave like this, would you have those conversations with your director? Like, do you, in the sense, like also give your own input that this is how I feel she would behave?
Yes, of course. There are discussions, but like a person or a character you're playing is never black and a white.
Yeah.
Or black or a white. They still have that gray moments. So the discussions always happens with the director, but never has it happened that never has it happened that I do something the director doesn't want me to do. So there is this way that I go, that first I give the director what he wants. Secondly, once he's gotten what he wants, we just go for a free take.
Which is you.
I just do whatever feels like at that moment. So we do both of these because I'm like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. This is what you're asking. I will give you what you want. But at the same time, see if this works for you in the editing table, because, you know, it's left to you.
Yeah.
Also, ma'am, I feel like the director like foresees the whole film in his mind.
Correct. They've got the whole
Correct.
thing. Yeah.
And they have done so much research about these like characters that they have written.
Yeah.
And they will come to you if they think that the character is fitting you. You know, there's so much that I bring on the table, which is my physique and my expressions and everything, which the director has done a research about. So he knows I'm capable of this. Now, if he thinks I'm capable of playing this character, he will bring me the script. So half of the work is already done there.
Correct.
And the other 50% or 30% in fact is us working together, and the 20% is on the editing table. So this is what makes the entire film. So tomorrow if someone says my performance is bad in a certain film, we should actually consider that, okay, it is a lot of, was this the right casting? Secondly, okay, what they've worked together and performed and everything is one aspect, but on the editing table, did anything go wrong? You know, because sometimes it happens that the film that you hear, the story that you hear, and the story that you watch in the theaters is two different things. Yeah. And you're like, I didn't sign up for that. So that also happened. Yes, of course.
What do you do then?
It is what it is. You can't control the outcome of it.
You just make peace with it
and
just move on.
Yeah, of course. And people say, well, did you have to sign up for that? And you know that you haven't signed up for it, but it is still your team that you're working with. Yeah. So you can't give up on them. Correct. So you're just like, it is what it is.
Yeah. You know, a couple of years ago, I was talking to Alia about her process, right? And she was saying it's so instinctive that actually she doesn't control it. So it's not technique. She said it just emerges.
I completely agree.
And so, which is why she said, I can't repeat
what
I do. And Rahul said that about you, that for you, the first 3 takes are usually the best ones. Yeah. So you also find it hard to kind of repeat. It just comes out?
Yeah, ma'am. Well, for me, like Rahul said, it is 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2 is the magic take. I don't know what I'm doing. I, in fact, tell my directors that I have no idea what I'm planning to do, but I feel it. So I'm just going to go with the flow and just do it. Of course, now there are these days when somehow there's a mental blockage and you get stuck with something. And while I'm doing it, I'm like, I don't want to do this. But your body just reacts that way. So that's why I get stuck, because my mind and my body is not in sync. When that happens, it goes like on a 5th and a 6th take. But otherwise, the magic takes are 1, 2, 3. And genuinely don't know what happens between the action and the cut. It just flows.
And mostly you can't repeat?
No, not the same way at least. Right. Also, I'm very great. I'm good with taking cues. I'm good with taking prompts. I don't get disturbed by them. So if, example, it is my reaction shot and the director wants me to be sad and get pissed off like in a second, he just says it on a mic and it just happens. It's not that I'm processing anything, it just happens. It's almost like
a switch on, switch off?
Yeah, it's almost like the director has a USB on me that it's just like it's loading and it's, it's just going about. It's incredible. Performing is incredible. I love it.
And has it been like this from the beginning, or is this what you've evolved into?
It's actually been there since the beginning. I didn't understand it until very recently, because I was like, what is happening? Most times when you're feeling something, you can't put it in words. Yeah. That would be majority of my life up until now. Now I know what I'm feeling, so I can actually have words to speak about it. But I remember even in Kirik Party, my first shot was me looking at the watch and waiting for the bus. Like you mentioned, and like I've been saying, that I'm not a trained actor, so they understood this. So they would just be like, look at your watch, look like waiting for the bus. And that was okay take. That was my first shot and that was the first take. So it's happened all these 9 years. Now, in fact, I tell my directors that it would really be helpful if you tell me in the shot what you want, because then you're getting what you want and I'm there 100% that I'm able to deliver 100%. Yeah. I'm not thinking about light or look and that and this. Of course, not when my co-actors are there. It'll be very disturbing for them. But when I'm alone, when I have to...
You mean like while the shot is on, they can talk to you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And there are directors who do that.
Like, I love it.
Who will just in the shot be talking to you.
Yeah. I feel like it's helpful for me.
And it doesn't break you out of the character?
No, it doesn't.
Wow.
It feels very like it feels incredible because it's just me and the director and the character playing at that moment. Like there's nothing in between us.
Yeah.
It's just us. It just feels very like Yeah,
like
it
elemental.
feels, yeah, it really does.
And you're just creating in that moment.
In that moment. You're
Yeah.
not thinking about the 100 things that could probably go wrong with the shot.
Yeah. Wow. Because, you know, Alia said that Sanjay Bansali would say to her, "Mujhe wo wala take ka wo do," and she's like, "I have no clue." You know, I don't know what he's talking about.
As in, I actually understand when she says she doesn't know, because, like, when the take is done, you're forgotten about it. Like, honestly, I don't even go and see myself in the monitor because I start feeling conscious as an actor. I feel like the director has to love you enough to look at everything. You know, my job is to go and perform. My job is to deliver what exactly he wants. And if he can better it, maybe I can do the free take, or like, I don't know if that'll be the worst take. I don't know. I still...
Meera Nair calls it one for love.
Yeah, one for love. Yeah. We say it one for love too. Yeah.
So it's just, you feel it in the moment. Do you prep in the sense of when you get your scripts, are you making notes? Are you like thinking about these women that you're playing? Or is it not so prep heavy?
For me, it isn't, ma'am. For me, when they say, let's do some prep, of course, I like to listen to what the director likes to say about certain characters, but I feel like the more prep I do on my characters, I'm restricting them. Because mentally, if I start playing them a certain way, when I go to the set, I feel like I have a fear of playing them, you know, this way, like mentally prepared way.
Not from the heart.
Yeah, not from the heart. I'm not living in the moment. I'm just thinking about
It'll
these
be
things.
too rehearsed.
Yeah, I just feel like it'll become too technical. But I'm an emotional person. I like playing it from the heart.
Nice. Okay. The other thing I asked Alia, because again, it's very funny. It's only in my head. Everyone I've asked about it says, no, it doesn't work like this. But I feel when two actors are partners, I feel like there must be conversations about craft and process. And so I said to her, I'm like, do you and Ranbir sit there and you have these guys? She's like, no. Which is so funny. But she said we can critique each other. We can tell each other what we think. How does it work for you and Vijay? Can you tell each other?
Ma'am, see, as much as we are actors, for me at least, I want to cut off from work when I go back home.
So you're not like, chalo, let's now discuss the day.
No, I don't think I discuss about work at home. Like, at least 80% of the time I don't. If something is bothering me, not about the character, but something in the business is bothering me, then of course I go and ask for advice or help or whatever. But like at home, I just want to cut off from work, because I feel like you can't 24/7 be at work, because talking about work is still work.
Yeah.
Right? I'm someone who will give my 100%. When I have a meeting, I will give my 100%. But when I'm home, I'm home. I'm that kind of person.
So you have that, though you have said that you are a psychopath when it comes to work.
I'm a workaholic.
But when that's over, then it's like a hard stop.
Yeah. Although, like, because we are actors and like work doesn't always leave us, we still have approvals and 200 things to do otherwise. But I might think about work, but I know that with my mother or mom, or like dad or anyone in my family, I don't talk about work. I feel like this is not the time for that. I take my personal life extremely seriously. And I've made it a thing at home where, at least from me, I won't talk about work. When I hear conversations at home, it's always more so often about work. But I don't want to be contributing into that. You know, I'm like, it's fine. We can start this work conversation tomorrow at 9 a.m. But right now, let's not talk work.
Let me play Naruto.
Yeah, really. Because I feel like otherwise, you're going to bed stimulated, talking about work.
Yeah.
You're waking up just like, oh my God, I have so much to do. And you're going, So where is that cutoff? Where is you being just you, human, and just having you time? If you don't give that, to yourself consciously, then work is just going to consume you all.
Yeah.
And that isn't healthy, is what I think.
And yet you work crazy hours.
Yes, I do.
How do you balance it then? That you want this you time, but you're also doing the psychopath stuff.
Somehow my work is always that I plan everything properly. Like I want, 20 days a month I'll work, and at least 1-2 days or weekends I'll take off, and I go as per plan, ma'am. But somehow, always, one film will get pushed and the other film will get preponed, and meetings will happen, and prep will happen, and rehearsals will happen, and somehow I just look at it and I'm having to do double shifts. And I'm like, wait, I thought I planned it better. Clearly not. Something is up. Well, till now, it's been not so great in terms of planning. It's not gone as per my planning. But I think, and I know that it's super unhealthy, because I don't know when is the last Sunday I got off.
Really?
Yeah, it's just been going on and on and on and on. But I wouldn't suggest that to any of the little ones that's planning to come into the industry. I would say plan things better. I'm telling this to myself also, just letting you know. Plan things better. And right now, I'm just doing the best I can, honestly. I know that if I walk into a set, I'm there. I'm like a rocket that's shooting. But when I go home, and even if I get those 2 hours, 3 hours off, I'm just like, I can't.
You switched off.
I switch off. I'm like, I'm sorry. Because ma'am, many a days, you don't get time to sleep. Yeah. It's like, I'm on an average of 4 to 5 hours, which is so not suggestible. I fall sick very often, which is also terrible for me. But this is all on me because I've taken up too much of workload. Now I just have to sort of figure out how to ease it up.
So is it, I know you said you're doing 4 films a year. Is that going to be continuing, or you want to lessen that?
No, I feel like till now I had something to prove, because many times I came here to be an actor, but when they used to just say that she's a part of big spectacle films, or she doesn't have much to contribute, she's just a small part of a big film and things like that, it would really bother me. But I feel like I somehow playing Bhooma Devi in a film like A Girlfriend gave me some sort of a peace in my heart and in my mind, saying, so I can, be an actor, purely an actor. It's not just me being an heroine, And somehow I feel like that's just calmed my heart. And I feel like now I want to do quality work rather than quantity work. And of course, every film right now I'm doing is full, quality work. So now I want to start balancing things out better. Maybe I'll do instead of 4 films a year or 5 films a year, I want to start doing 2 films a year or 3 films a year. Because I feel a little more at peace.
Are you more secure as an actor?
Yeah, you can say that, because like I said, for a long period of time, I felt like I had to prove myself for getting all the love that I was getting, and for all the visibility that I was getting. I had to prove to people.
Did you feel like, did you have imposter syndrome? Did you feel like, oh my God, I'm so successful, but I haven't proved myself? Was that the emotion?
I never really thought I was that successful for some reason.
But you're in all the biggest films,
Yeah, that's the thing. I just, being a part of big films, I don't think had made me feel successful at all. Nor did the visibility that I was getting, did I feel that I was successful, but the girlfriend reaching people's hearts, and somehow that film has truly made me feel like I'm here. I was just telling Rahul that. I was like, Rahul, I've been in the industry for 9 years, but I feel like never before have I felt what I felt on the release of this film. It's like, I'm not talking about the numbers, but I just felt like for the first time, I felt the love, really felt that love. And I just wanted to hold everyone with a big, tight hug, because I felt like, first of all, the reason why I did the film, and one of the reasons why I did the film, was because I felt that I could feel Bhooma in my heart. And I thought there were a niche crowd, like a very, like, I don't know, 10% of the population who would feel this character and who would relate to this character. But today, seeing 90% of the women come out and say, this is my story, like, I'm grateful that they've watched the film, but it breaks my heart. I don't want the story to be a 90% of the women's story, or, 20% of the men's story. I just don't. It just felt like there was just too much pain in this world, And somehow just seeing that pain just makes me want to hold everyone and say, it's okay. It's okay. It'll pass. I don't know. It's just, this film has made me feel like that. And this film is what has made me feel at peace as an actor.
How lovely.
It's taken me 9 years.
But what a wonderful place to be at.
Yeah, truly. I'm so grateful for Rahul for making this film. I'm so grateful that I got to play this character, Bhooma Devi.
Yeah.
And it was very liberating for me as Rashmika, because as I was shooting for this film, I was healing in the same, in the same process, in the same time. And I was telling Rahul this also, that he's healed me something. He's healed something in me that I didn't know needed healing.
How wonderful.
Yeah. It's just too personal for me.
That ending when she finally, because you're just, he sort of orchestrates it so perfectly. Like, as you're watching, you're just like, dump him. Like, I was just getting so enraged, right? By the end of it, when she finally snaps, and she just goes for it, I was like, thank you. It just felt so good. It's like she's snapping on behalf of all women.
Yeah.
And really, that just felt so wonderful.
Yeah. It just feels like, even though you can't, in front of the college hold a mic and just like have a burst out, even if it's not that, just having the confidence in ourselves to just say, this is not what I want right now.
Yeah.
And just walking away, I feel like that itself is a win. Or if everyone else is saying that you can't do something, but you choose to do it anyway and you win at that, that is a battle won.
Yes.
So these things, you don't necessarily have to have an outburst, but choose for yourself what you want in life. Choose who you want to be with. Choose what you want to do in your life. Choose how you want to, take forward your life, or choose what education you want, or choose things for your life. That itself is the battle won. Yeah. That's all I'm standing by today, saying, choose what you want. And honestly, it might be really, really hard. It's easy for us to say and, for us to do. But start somewhere. Yeah. Start today. It's
baby
okay.
Steps.
Baby steps.
Always baby steps.
Yeah.
In Barkha's interview, you talked about how it's harder for men to get to the top, but it's harder for women to sustain.
Stay at the top.
Yeah, I want you to unpack that a little. Why is it harder to sustain?
Because, ma'am, you, like, in the industry, for me at least, I can only speak for myself and nobody else. I shouldn't also. I feel like for women, you have the age and the looks and the, the immediate sort of, people are interested in the new blood. in terms of women in the industry. But the battles truly begin once people are used to you. You know, people know how you perform, people know how you talk, people know how you behave. Like once people get used to you, gets used to seeing you, the battle truly begins for women, because then it is like, how much can you push your own boundaries? You know, what is the new surprising element that you get to show or you can show? How much, like, it's all about pushing your limits, you know, in your comfortable zone or whatever. But I feel like women's battle starts once people know you. You know, you need to keep the interest up, you need to give your audience something new to see, you need to surprise your audience in a certain way. It's about that. It becomes about that. Pehle to you can, you know, just your face, and, you know, just you being on screen is like, oh, okay, she's someone new, so it's very exciting. You know, let's talk about her.
The sort of flavor of the month.
Yeah, it's exciting for the actor, for audience, for everyone, and it's human nature. But as you go by, like, okay, we know what she's here to do, we know how she's going to perform. Okay, so what new does she have? You know, things like that. It's that. So for a man, I feel like for them to, you know, come and say that I can perform or I can sort of like surprise the audience, people are like, okay, let's see what this guy can do. But they do not have 100% of their interest, you know, in the new blood. But when he can be the hero and he can beat up people and he proves to people that he can beat up people, right? He can be a hero. Then for life, they're with him. They're like, yeah, he's my hero, you know, I like, all my support is on this man. So I think that, you know, is different for a man and a woman.
So you think for women, it's that whole thing of you have to prove yourself, like you have to work twice as hard to do the same thing.
Yeah. Although, like, maybe it's different for a man. I've not been a man, so I don't know. But as far as I've seen, as closely I've seen, I feel like this is it. Like once audience has or have a man's heart, they will have it for life. Women, it feels like, okay, they can support 7 different actresses whilst they support one male actor. It's like that, I feel.
Do you feel now, Rashmika, like you're really seeing scripts that are sort of really speaking to your talent and what you can do? I saw a poster for, am I pronouncing Mysaa? Is that how
Mysaa.
Mysaa?
Yeah.
Okay, which is the first pan-Indian female-led action film. I was like, wow! That just sounds so exciting. Are you like seeing more scripts that allow you to lead movies?
I would still like to say that I'm balancing it out.
Of course. And you want to do everything.
Yeah, I want to do everything. I still want to do commercial films. I still want to do niche films. I still want to do action films. I don't want to typecast myself. I am welcoming it all. But I feel like with every film that I've delivered so far, the directors are writing something better for me. You know, it's not that I am only taking films that are, you know, big and exciting and things like that. I feel like because the directors know that, okay, I think Rashmika can perform in my character, as per my character, so I want to take this to her. And I've realized that initially in my career, the working days would be 20 to 25 for my character in the film. Now it's come up to 75, 80.
Really?
The range. Like, I used to do 4 films back then and I still do 4 films right now, and you know why it's gotten so much harder. It feels like I'm shooting 3 different films in one film. But I think it's because of the confidence that the director has in me, that they're getting me the scripts. And when I get something new, when I get something exciting, and when I get something which I didn't think I was capable of, or I don't think I'm capable of, I will jump more so into it. Because I'm like, I want to see how much I can push my boundaries. How how different can I go? That excites me. Like something that I can't visualize myself in it. Like example, how Lakshman sir got me Yesubai Maharani. I didn't know I could do it or I could pull it, but he just saw something in me, and I was like, I'm diving right in, So things like that, or Srivalli also to an extent. I didn't think I could pull that off, but yeah, like Suku sir just like told me that, well, this is what the character is, and we just created something magical.
Yeah.
So I think it's exciting for me, and it's exciting for the director, and Mysaa also. He's making me do things that I'm just like, I didn't know that I could.
How fun.
Yeah, it's
How
really
fun.
exciting. Really.
I earlier this year I interviewed Allu Arjun, and I was like, listen, I know there was a bomb at the end of the film, but don't kill Srivalli, man.
We know. Well, in a bit of patience, we'll all know.
Well, he said she's too cute to be killed. So I think we're good.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
What else are you doing apart from Mysaa?
Right now, I'm shooting for Mysaa. I'm shooting for Cocktail 2. And I'm shooting for other 2 films which has still not been... no, I'm actually shooting for 1 film that's not been released. And we're discussing for another film which has not been released as well. As in the title hasn't been released. Or the announcement hasn't happened. My God. What do I have to mention?
Okay, and will you confirm or deny the marriage?
I wouldn't like to do both.
You will say nothing. You take the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah. I will just say when it's to be spoken about, we shall.
You shall. Excellent. One of the things you did speak about was talking about how you work for a brand called Rashmika Mandanna.
Yes.
Right? Which took me back to this conversation, Rashmika. I had 17, 20 years ago. There was a panel. I don't remember who else was on it, but Priyanka and Rishi sir was on it.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
And at one point, she said that, I'm also a brand, right? And he just sort of, a little prickly, and he turned to her and in a very stern way, he said, "You're an actor, my dear. You're not a brand." And that's just stayed with me. I've never forgotten that moment. And I just wonder, when you speak of yourself as a brand, do you as an artist, I don't know, lessen what you do?
No, ma'am. So today, if you're talking about us being actors, it's not just acting that we do. We associate ourselves with certain brands. We are entrepreneurs as well.
You have a perfume.
Yeah.
Dear Diary.
Yes. And we also have social media, which wasn't there back then. So I stand by when I say I work for this brand called Rashmika Mandanna, because there are certain characters that we play. We are, like how I mentioned, we have 5 other things also.
So they're verticals.
Yes. So I feel like Rashmika Mandanna is that. Everything that we do around it is, being an actor, being an entrepreneur, being a social media influencer, or a personality, or all these things comes under it. So if we don't start thinking like that, if I were only doing films and if I were only playing the characters that I was playing, then probably I would have said we're actors, but we have multiple other things that we do as well. So today, I feel like we all actors, see, example, if you have to have a headline, even if it's true or false, and I've seen a lot of false headlines over the years, it is that name, which is getting the clicks.
Of course.
So that is a brand value.
Yeah.
It's like people like associating with you because of this brand value that you have. So I think in this time and age, all of us are brand. All I'd like to stick with it.
Do you see the entrepreneurship increasing?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What do you want to do?
As in, there's a lot that I want to do.
Is it exciting?
I feel like it runs in the blood somehow because my dad's into business.
Yeah.
And my mom's into business as well. So I feel like if I weren't an actor, journalism and psychology would have been something that I would have picked, or psychology is what I would have picked. But entrepreneur is in my interest. And today I get to be one, and I think I will, I enjoy it incredibly.
Nice, nice. You know, the other consistent note in your interviews is talking about kindness. You know, you speak a lot about why it's important, and it doesn't matter whether it gets you roles, doesn't, you know, whether it sort of forwards, takes anything forward for you as an actor, but it's very important for you to be kind. But Rashmika, as you become more famous and more powerful and richer and all the rest of it, right? Do you have to work at being kind, or is it still an intrinsic part of your DNA?
Being nice will change. Being kind is a personality, and that will never change. I choose to be kind every day because it's not even an effort. I'm just a kind person. So I don't think no matter what films you have, or no matter what kind of fame and success and money you have, the kindness in me is never going to go. You know, but me being nice, overtly nice, that is something I've realized that I have to work on, because that can be taken for granted. Generally, kindness also is taken for granted, but niceness is truly taken for granted. That I'll work on. But being kind is a personality, ma'am, that I can't change even if I want to.
And that's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
I feel like kindness is so underrated these days that like people just need to be kind. Like otherwise, what is the point of living this beautiful life that you have a chance of living? I feel like kindness can someday save someone's life. Yeah. You know, a smile can save someone's life if that person is having a terrible time. And I just feel like just kindness is important. I just don't understand why. Like today, when there's so much of trolls and mean comments and things, discussions happening out there, I'm just like, but we all need to work on being kind. Bro, like this really needs to be worked upon.
Yeah, it's not rocket science.
Yeah, it's not rocket science. It's just being kind.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, be happy, and that's where the kindness will come. But
correct. No, but you know, speaking of mean comments, one of the things I read in a couple of places was that with The Girlfriend, you made up for Animal, right? Now, you've always maintained that, look, for you, Animal was not a problematic film. It's a story about a very flawed character, and all sort of stories should exist. But do you as an actor, Rashmika, do you choose projects looking at these films from the lens of social responsibility, or is it what appeals to you in that moment?
Now I've realized that it depends as per each project, because also, like I said, I don't like typecasting myself and I don't like creating these boundaries to myself. Animal was a commercial film where we have spoken about a very flawed man, very flawed man. Now here, The Girlfriend, I have spoken about what it is like Bhooma versus Bhooma, you know, working on herself. And also she happened to be in a very toxic relationship. And this is a social messaging. So I have done them both. And I want to do them both. Because this is storytelling. This is what I want to tell from my heart to you. You know, so I feel like it's very distinctive. Like it's very...
And there's no contradiction in your head.
No, I'm just like, here I was, and also Geetanjali here wasn't like on, you know, woman who's helpless. She's given it back to Vijay.
Yeah.
She stood up she stood up. She stood her ground. Oh my God. She stood her ground.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've always chosen to do strong female characters. Never so, like, except one film, I think, never so have I been like, you know, not knowing what to do.
Purely ornamental.
Yeah, I've never chosen to do that.
I mean, you did Dear Comrade years ago.
Correct. Yeah. And even in Geeta Govindam, she was stern as to what she wants. Dear Comrade was that kind of a film. And, you know, even in Pushpa or Animal or Chhaava, all these women are very strong, opinionated, very strong-minded and very strong women. And Girlfriend, like I said, it's her versus her, you know, and she, like, it's her journey into becoming a strong woman. So I feel like subconsciously, I've always wanted to play a certain way, play a certain character. And even if they weren't written, looking at my performance, maybe the director has just changed it, you know, accordingly. So, yeah, I feel like Animal and The Girlfriend are two different things. It's two different storytelling and a social messaging. And I'd like to keep it at that.
Okay, two last questions. One is all this movement, right, which is so wonderful, I think, as an artist, to be able to do that. Like I said, to be fluid, right? But logistically and practically, how does it work? Like, where is home? How much do you travel? What happens?
I wish I had an answer. Well, I live on the flights. I think at this point I have to ask the airports everywhere to just give me a room that I can just stay in.
But where is home? What do you think of it as home?
Okay, so I am from Coorg.
Yeah.
My parents today live in Mysaa and I live in Hyderabad. But I do a lot of work in Bombay and Chennai. So, but I live in Hyderabad right now. Yes.
And it's such a fabulous place.
Yes. As in Hyderabad, I shifted because of work purely. Because I was doing a lot more Telugu film. And I used to like do a lot of up and down between Bangalore and Hyderabad. But it just became too much for me that I just thought, okay, living in Hyderabad would be a little helpful. Now I do a lot of up and down with Hyderabad and Bombay. I do not plan to get a place in Bombay because I just feel like it's a lot of investment, considering even for a rent, and even if I were to like buy a place, it's very expensive. Yeah. So I live in a hotel when I go to Bombay, and I also feel like, because I'm 50 days, like 50% of the time in Hyderabad and 50 in Bombay, I just feel like I can do up and down rather.
Yeah, it's a 1 hour flight.
It's 1 hour flight.
It's not so bad.
It's not that easy.
I know.
Yeah,
but it's still
1 hour travel, 1 hour stay there, 1 hour flight, 1 hour travel.
But it's just, you just become used to this now.
I wish I wasn't. I can't get used to it. It's just too much travel, and it takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on your health. But right now, I'm just really grateful for all the work I'm getting, and I don't take those things for granted.
Yeah. And I feel like not living in Mumbai would also give you a little bit of distance.
Also, Bombay is my 9 to 6 job, whereas it's not home.
Yeah.
My home is Mysore and Hyderabad. You know, so that difference is clear in my mind.
Yeah. Okay, it's now time, Rashmika, to update our IMDb Watchlist.
Ooh.
Okay. So basically, I'm going to ask you for Rashmika's 10 on 10, which means what are 5 films that you rate 10 on 10?
I'll give you a combination of anime and films, which are coming into my mind right now. I would definitely say Naruto Shippuden, Good Will Hunting. Can I say Dear Comrade?
Of course.
And The Girlfriend. And August Rush. Yeah, I'll say that. That's coming to my mind.
Nice. Well, listen, thank you. And congratulations again on an absolutely stellar year.
Thank you.
And good luck for 2026.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
This was such a pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Hi everyone, this is Rashmika Mandanna, and please subscribe to the Hollywood Reporter India.